The Dogs, in association with the British Greyhound Racing Board.
On the Dogs this week, we review the cream of the action from a wonderful racing year 2005, and Nick SAVVA relives his Derby glory and looks for possibly even better times in the year ahead.
The interview with Nick coming up in a few minutes, but first we're going to review 2005 by looking back at some of the best newcomers, stayers, outstanding achievements on the track, but we begin with the hurdlers.
They're off, racing up towards a first flight and away fast with trap 5, Killing Tom along with DRUIDS Mickey Joe. That's moving up swiftly on the inside, and DRUIDS Mickey Joe has a length lead over Killing Tom. After these come 6, Launchbury Dust, they head down the far side. DRUIDS Mickey Joe then jumps the next flight well enough by 3 lengths now from 5, Killing Tom. He's different class, DRUIDS Mickey Joe, already 4.5 lengths clear from Killing Tom as they come round the final bend. It's DRUIDS Mickey Joe, Killing Tom, the rest are nowhere. DRUIDS Mickey Joe wins the WilliamHill.co.uk Springbok. The lids open up and we're away and running up towards the first line of 5. Limited Blue pings out in front of Lethal Rumble, chasing hard in second. Then comes 2 Baron Geronimo as they go around the first 2 bends, and it's Limited Blue in front, but on the outside Lethal Rumble throwing down the challenge as they face up towards the next flight. Lethal Rumble and Limited Blue hammer and tong into the 3rd bend. Lethal Rumble and Limited Blue. Baron Geronimo poised in behind if he's strong enough as they come around the final bend. Limited Blue, Lethal Rumble now goes on, out jumps. Yes, 6 Lethal Rumble wins from 5 Limited Blue. We're off and running and racing up towards the first one. 4, SIZZLERS BOSSMAN got a great start, leading up early over the second flight. DRUIDS Mickey Joe's trying to get round on the inside, but fails to do so. So BOSSMAN's in front from Mickey Joe. After these come 6, remember Billy. They go down the far side, and it's SIZZLERS BOSSMAN from what looked a terrible draw, led at the first bend and still leading here in the 3rd bend. DRUIDS Mickey Joe can't get round on the inside. SIZZLERS BOSSMAN finds more and starts to go on then. SIZZLERS BOSSMAN by 2 lengths from DRUIDS Mickey Joe. What a run from SIZZLERS BOSSMAN to go on and win the Ladbrokes Midland Champion Hurdle.
Just outside Dunstable in Bedfordshire sits the famous Westmead kennels of Nick SAVVA. Greyhounds from here have won everything in the sport, with the homebred Westmead Lion having put British breeding well and truly on the map. One of its most famous sons has turned out to be Westmead Hawk, who looked a champion stayer in the making, but who became one of the best Derby winners in years and the nicest of surprises for the kennel.
To be fair and honest with you, I didn't think, we were looking forward to him doing the distance, 6 bends more than winning the Derby, but being once a year and nothing else to go for, the owner wanted to enter him, and we decided to have a go, and it worked out well.
It worked out very well, but strangely you actually put Hawk over the 6 bend trip just before the Derby started.
Yes, because that's what he appeared to want, and in my experience I didn't think it would blunt his speed. It's an easy 6:30, easy course, so I didn't think it would take too much out of him. But as I said earlier, I said if we give this a miss and concentrate on the Derby, we might win neither. So we decided to have a go at both.
But as soon as Westmead Hawk ran in a Derby at Wimbledon, everyone knew that he was something special.
Yes, obviously it took to Wimbledon well, and he never put a foot wrong. He just gave us a lot of satisfaction.
We're off and running up towards the first bend, and best away is Droopy's Marco ahead of one. Blonde Mac after these comes two. That's Drop Gold Johnny as they go round the turn, and Droopy's Marco taken on by Blonde Mac for the lead. But Droopy's Marco goes clear. He leads here by a length and a half over one. Blonde Mac after these getting clear now is Westmead Hawk and chasing to come down towards the third bend. It's sixth. Droopy's Marco out in front. Westmead Hawk just having a problem getting past Blonde Mac, but has a sighter now as they come off the final bend. Droopy's Marco, Westmead Hawk getting on top. Westmead Hawk by a length from Droopy's Marco. Blonde Mac, what a run from that in third, qualifies. Pulsating, did you enjoy? Of course you did. Westmead Hawk winning for Nick SAVVA, coming from off the pace and picking up Droopy's Marco here.
A sensational second round performance elevated Westmead Hawk to Derby favouritism, but this quarter-final defeat of the Scottish Derby champion Droopy's Marco had classic champion written all over it. The trackcraft on show just sensational. Westmead Hawk would line up in the second semi-final, but the first semi-final was also high quality, with Ireland's big guns Geldrop's Touch, Blue Majestic and Droopy's Marco taking on the Lister flyer Ningbo Jack.
We're off and running and racing out towards the first bend, and Geldrop's Touch away well, but not as good as Ningbo Jack. He's out and gone again, and Ningbo Jack goes round in front and leaves Blue Majestic. Droopy's Marco in trouble as they head down the far side. It's Ningbo Jack then by 3.5 lengths over two. Blue Majestic then comes five. Back in third, Geldrop's Touch, and Droopy's Marco is last. Stick around the second last bend. It's Ningbo Jack, chased all the time by Blue Majestic. Ningbo Jack then by a length from Blue Majestic and five. Geldrop's Touch as the line comes up. Ningbo Jack just from Blue Majestic, and back in third was Geldrop's Touch.
Even Westmead Hawk would have struggled to contain an on-fire Ningbo Jack that night. Hawk lined up from trap 2 in the second semi-final, where the Seamus Graham trained Miniola Farlow was to prove a real threat out of trap 3.
And we're off and running up towards the first bend. It was a good start from Westmead Hawk, but the pace coming from Miniola Farlow and one Blonde Mac on the inside. Miniola Farlow goes on, with one Blonde Mac moves off. Two Westmead Hawk was slightly crowded, but in a handy position. Then comes five Mustang Oki out with a washing of four. Hot Rocks and 6 January Tiger. They reach the third bend. It's Miniola Farlow here, leading the way from Blonde Mac. Westmead Hawk not picking up so far. They come round the final bend. Miniola Farlow by 2.5 lengths. Westmead Hawk now beginning to fly. Miniola Farlow wins. Westmead Hawk was second. Blonde Mac was third.
Ironically, Miniola Farlow here and Blue Majestic, both trained by Irish-based Graham, were lodging at the SAVVA camp for the duration of the Classic, and that was another achievement for the Westmead setup.
It didn't matter which one won, really. We got very close, and there was no question of feeling that you've been hard done by. All the dogs were prepared to maximum perfection, and it's just a matter of who got there first, and it was Hawk's turn.
Well, tell us about Derby Day itself, the build up to the big race. How did you feel? Were you confident on the day?
You can never feel confident, because it's a race that you're up against so many elements, the best dogs, different atmosphere. But it was a short price favorite, so if the betting public and the bookmakers were so confident, why shouldn't we be?
So to the £100,000 William Hill Greyhound Derby final, and amazingly a race where each of the trainers involved had won a Derby final, be it English or Irish. Arthur Hitch, Charlie Lister and Nick SAVVA carried the hopes of England, Seamus Graham and Owen McKenna for Ireland.
It's the 2005 William Hill Greyhound Derby final. The hair is on the move, the roar goes up, it's deafening on the terraces. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, we're off and racing up towards the first bend. Blonde Mac breaks well. Ningbo Jack rushes up, so does 6 Geldrop's Touch around the turn. Blonde Mac hits the front. It's Blonde Mac leading at the moment from 2. Ningbo Jack trying to make a move now as Westmead Hawk on the inside of Blue Majestic. After these comes Miniola Farlow, then comes Geldrop's Touch. Blonde Mac, the complete outsider, still leading, but Westmead Hawk now moves through the field and comes with a tremendous run. He sprints clear. Success at last for owner Bob Morton as Westmead Hawk delivers a true champion of a fantastic competition. The William Hill Greyhound Derby final for 2005 has been won by Westmead Hawk.
Errol Blythe at his absolute best. A great run from Westmead Hawk and Blonde Mac, but the check and classic glory heading the way of owner Bob Morton and trainer and of course winning breeder Nick SAVVA.
It was extra satisfying for me in particular because it was homebred, and we got close before with Special Account and Sonic Flight. This time it was the finished article really for us.
The immaculately dressed Morton family had a ball that summer night, and who's to say the scene won't be repeated in 2006?
Well, we'll bring him back slowly, get him fit, and 2 or 3 trials maybe, and if we are strong enough to participate in the Trainers' Championship, we'll probably start in the Trainers' Championship at Wimbledon and take it from there.
But is it a 4-bend campaign? Will he defend his Derby crown, all being well?
Yes, definitely, yeah. That would be his target, yeah.
So potentially a dual Derby and St Ledger winner on your cards?
Well, that St Ledger is so late in the year, you can't plan that far ahead, but possibly.
A second Derby attempt is great news for greyhound racing. Westmead Hawk proved the people's champion in 2005, and his rivals better watch out in 2006, where he'll be flying the flag again.
Racing up towards the first bend, away fast Ollie Bean, and Fire High down on the outside. Then comes 6 Match My Son. They go round the bend and Fire High down goes on. It goes 2 lengths clear down the far side, ahead of Ollie Bean in second. After these comes 6 Match My Son, 1 Clombrin Show. They come down towards the second last bend, and Fire High down, Greyhound of the Year for 2004, starts his campaign for 2005 with a bang. He hacks up in the Ladbrokes.com arc. He was in a different county in the end.
And they come away, and what a start from ROXHOLME Girl. She's got away as they go to the first bend ahead of ZIGZAG DUTCHY. Cutting in Tom's View to the rails in third. Trouble out the back for Ballymat Nylock as they run down the far side. January Tiger goes third. ROXHOLME Girl, the strong stayer. She's in front here. She leads the puppy ZIGZAG DUTCHY by 2 or 3 lengths up into third. January Tiger. They're running off the final bend. What a run this is from ROXHOLME Girl. She's bounding away here. ROXHOLME Girl stealing the select stakes by a wide margin in the end. And away they go for the Scurry Gold Cup, and Laserbeam's got a good start. The Galgorni's inside pressing. Positive Option is there in third, but they're turning at the second bend, and Laserbeam is already 2 lengths clear. Affleck Duke now up on the outside with Hello Superstar, but they're down the home straight. Laserbeam is going to absolutely rout them here to win the Scurry.
Don't go away, because after the break, we'll return to the Westmead Kennels to see the next Westmead superstar. Welcome to part 2 of the Dogs. Before we return to trainer Nick SAVVA, let's continue our review of 2005 by looking back at some of the top stayers.
The lids rise, we're off and running up towards the first bend of 4. Greenacre Lynn pops out in front from Witten Maggie. After these comes 2 on the inside, Rio Limo. Then comes 3. Bombers going home, forced to check out wide there. Then comes 1. Droopy's Desai, the back markers. They go round the second bend and on the home straight. Greenacre Lynn, she's striding on. She seems to have the legs at the moment of Witten Maggie on the early circuit. After these comes 3. Bombers going home. And then comes 1. Droopy's Desai heading down the far side. Final time. Greenacre Lynn from 6. Witten Maggie. Bombers going home, trying hard to get involved. Then comes comes Droopy's Desai making up ground as well, but in front Greenacre Lynn from the start. She bombed out of the traps, she makes all, she's a class apart. Greenacre Lynn wins. We're off and running up towards the first bend, and trap 2 Born a Circle has fluffed it. Shelbourne Star is up with the pace around the first bend, took a bump though, and 1 goes on. Star of Dromin leads from 3, Lady Ashling in second. After these comes 2 Born a Circle. Shelbourne Star's now being outstripped, she's back in 5th or 6th place as they go around the 4th bend, and as they go on, Star of Dromin being hunted up at the moment by Lady Ashling. After these comes 2 Born a Circle, then a gap back to 6th, that's Tino Spark, and Shelbourne Star is last. They head down the far side. Star of Dromin with a length and a half lead over 3, Lady Ashling in second. They're away from 6, Tino Spark as they come around the second half bend. Mark Wallace's Star of Dromin still there, still plugging on gamely from 3, Lady Ashling in second. They're away still from Shelbourne Star running into third, but 1 Star of Dromin wins by a length. It's 2 in front, Tic Tac System leading here by 2 lengths from Chakalaka Attack, was slightly checked entering the bend there. After these, Better Than Pebbles is beginning to pick up now. Tic Tac System leading, Better Than Pebbles off in chase. There's 3 lengths between them, and Better Than Pebbles is on the warpath. Tic Tac System only by a length now from Better Than Pebbles, getting up on the inside. Better Than Pebbles goes on. Better Than Pebbles runs away in the end from Tic Tac System, and 1 Chakalaka Attack was third.
Earlier in the programme, we saw Westmead Hawk's glorious Derby triumph. Incidentally, he's 33-1 to win again in 2006. Sportingly, after also reaching the Irish Derby final, owner Bob Morton and trainer Nick SAVVA headed to Hall Green for the British Breeders' Forum Produce Stakes, a race dear to SAVVA's heart and one which he has won several times before. On a wet night, Westmead Hawk sluiced home. Hawk's mother is Mega Delight, who proved a champion tracker during her career spent mostly in Ireland. She tends to throw strong types, but good ones. So come on, Nick, what's the secret?
I don't know if there is a secret. Most people gamble with bookmakers, I gamble with breeding. We never had sprinters. No matter how hard I tried to bring speed into my breed, it just didn't happen, so we don't mind stayers.
But you have great success over the 4-bend trip with your breeding.
Yes, yeah, but they have to do it the hard way, and it's more exciting.
Mega Delight has a new litter racing by Larkhill Joe, and they've impressed everyone, especially those at Henlow in October when 6 of the 10 were on show. Westmead Nicole and Westmead Joy won supporting races to the main event, the Bedfordshire Puppy Derby final, when SAVVA landed an amazing 1-2-3.
Great early pace coming from trap 5 here. Droopy Sphere on the outside. Farlow Million 1 moves up into second. After he's back in third, we've got Westmead Olivia. Joe's on the outside of that one as they come down towards the second last bend. Still, Droopy Sphere leads in the Bedfordshire Puppy Derby final. Coming out of the pack, a what pace from 4. Westmead Joe already the leader off the final bend. Is he just like his half-brother? Westmead Hawk, it's Westmead Joe. It's a 1-2-3 for Nick SAVVA. What a litter!
They looked a better litter on appearance, reactions, and I did mention it to Bob. I think this litter would be better than the first. Well, he laughed, you know. So, but they still have more to prove. Let's be honest, you know. I mean, you can't fault the first litter, you know. And if these achieve similar, we must be very lucky.
Like all the Westmead line, it's Westmead Joe's back straight pace that sets him apart from his rivals. That competition win at Henlow catapulted Hawk's half-brother into the Derby reckoning, with sponsors Hills quoting him at 25-1 to win the 2006 Derby.
Now, Joe versus Hawk. People will compare them. How do you see their differences in maybe their style of running and the overall speed they possess?
The overall speed, I would say, compares well. The style of running, very much the same again. He may have more early pace, but we are not sure yet. He's a bigger dog. Again, he does nothing wrong, very nice temperament, and he has the credentials of a good dog, but he has to prove better than Hawk. So I'm not going to say, I can't say or predict whether it'll be better than Hawk.
If Westmead Joe is half as good as Hawk, then we're in for some exciting times again, not just with a possible clash between the mighty Westmeads, but also an outstanding crop of other youngsters, the puppy class of 2005.
They're off and running up towards the first bend. Trouble already. 5 Droopy's Days and 6 Zamax Mr. Grumpy got in trouble. Here comes Zigzag Dutchy and scorches round the first 2 bends. Moved off a little bit and gone clear from 3. Lenson Treasure in second. After these comes 6 Zamax Mr. Grumpy as they head down the far side. It's 1 Zigzag Dutchy striding out here from back in second. 3 Lenson Treasure. No answer to Zigzag Dutchy. So impressive last time in front of our cameras and has won by an absolute mile. They're off and racing up towards the first bend. A good start here from Fear Me in 4 and leads here by 2 lengths already from 3. Go Commando on the outside there of 2. That's Ronnie's Champion. They head away down the far side. These 3 ahead of moving up into 4th place comes Farlow Zach in 1. Then comes 6 Carlgrove Flight, and bringing up the rear at the moment is 5 Yorkshire. They go around the 3rd bend and dominating from the front. It's Fear Me and looking impressive so far. Fear Me from Ronnie's Champion. Then comes Go Commando. It's Charlie Lister's Fear Me trapped a line. Most impressive, Fear Me. They're off and racing up towards the first bend. Good start from Ronnie's Champion, Bailiff Diesel, and also on the outside Fear Me. Fear Me just heads them round the first bend. Oh, Bailiff Diesel found plenty of bother there at the first bend. Heading down the far side, Ronnie's Champion's gone on from Fear Me. A gap of 3 lengths back to Go Commando racing in 3rd. They come down towards the second last bend, and Ronnie's Champion with a 2-length lead here in the William Hill Puppy Classic Final. Leading here from Fear Me, further 3 lengths back to Go Commando. Wide up the straight is Ronnie's Champion, but it's going to win for Mark Wallace. Ronnie's Champion beats Fear Me and Go Commando.
A quiet weekend on the open race calendar. The highlight on Friday is the Arnie Dennis Memorial Puppy Trophy Final at Sheffield. There are also opens planned at Henlow. No opens on Saturday, but on New Year's Day there are good cards at Coventry, Reading and Rye House. Whilst on Bank Holiday Monday there are opens planned over the various distances at Doncaster, Henlow and Nottingham. You can find out all of the information and results on our website, thedogs.co.uk. From all of us here on the Dogs programme, we'd like to wish you a happy, healthy and prosperous New Year.
The Dogs, in association with the British Greyhound Racing Board.